Illinois, it's your turn to pass the notary exam on the first try. The top 20 Illinois notary exam vocabulary, words, and topics. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If you don't know these vocabulary words and topics, and you take that notary test in Illinois, you're going to fail, okay? Because that whole test is wrapped around what we're going to discuss today. But on the more positive side, if you want to pass on the first try, master what's in this video, okay? And you'll be well on your way to passing on the first try. I'm Mr. Rogers. That's what I do. Teach people all over the country how to pass the test on the first try. So let's dig in right away. The top 20 Illinois notary exam vocabulary and topics. We're going to do about, like I said, 20. We're going to take about 20 minutes, and let's go. Notarial act, a service a notary performs, okay? It's like checking someone's identity, witnessing the signature, or giving an oath. Notarial act. Make sure you know what a notarial act is. An acknowledgement, definitely testable. The signer saying, yes, I really signed this document. They are acknowledging it. This is going to be raw. I'm not going to edit it, so if I fumble a little bit, roll with me. You only have to confirm the person's identity in an acknowledgement, not what the document actually says. Number 3, jurat. You definitely need to know this. Jurat. The signer swears that the information in the documents is true. They must sign it in front of you if you're doing a jurat. The signer swears that the information in the document is true. Okay, that's a jurat. 4, verification on oath or affirmation. Now, the same idea as a jurat, the person is making a promise that what they wrote is true. They're making a promise, not necessarily swearing. That's verification on an oath or affirmation. Number 5, identity proofing. So this is a proper ID. All the states, you may need to make sure that the person you're working with and that you're going to do the notarization for shows you proper ID. Definition of that, how to prove someone is who they say they are. Now I'm going even deeper on this one for you in Illinois. What are acceptable IDs where you are out there? A current state-issued driver's license is acceptable, a state-issued ID card, a U.S. passport, U.S. military ID, any government-issued ID with a photo, signature, physical description, and it must not be expired for you guys. No social security cards, no credit cards, no Costco cards, no screenshots. Appropriate ID. Make sure you know that for the test, okay? Number 6. Oh, before I go into number 6, I just want to tell you a secret weapon. It's the Notary Handbook. I didn't write it. It's your state Notary Handbook. Make sure you buy that, okay? Hopefully remember to put a link so you can just click it in the description and buy it. But make sure you have that. That's what helped me pass my test on the first try, in addition to me making these type of videos for myself. The Notary Handbook. Click the link. Know that everything on the test probably is in that handbook. Number 6, personal appearance. That doesn't mean how they look or how they're dressed. Personal appearance means the signer must be in front of you. No exceptions. That's what they're talking about with personal appearance. No, they signed it yesterday. That's not going to fly. And no notarizing by phone or text. Personal appearance. Number 7, a bond. Is there a bond requirement in Illinois? That might be on the test. The answer is yes, there is a bond requirement. Some states, the state I was doing yesterday, I forgot which one it was, but there was no bond requirement. In your state, yes, there is a bond requirement, and that bond requirement is $5,000. And what does the bond do? Make sure you know this for the test. Does the bond protect you, the notary? No. The bond is to protect the public. Make sure you know that the bond, $5,000, is to protect the public in case you make mistakes. It's not to protect you. Number 8, RON, remote electronic notary. Those also need to have a bond, okay? And that bond amount is $30,000. 5,000 for normal bonds, 30,000 if you're a remote notary. Okay. Notary journal. Some states need them, some states don't. Yours, you need them. What is a notary journal? It's a record book where you write down the details of each notarization. This protects you from lawsuits, confusion, and complaints. All right. Make sure you know what needs to go in that notary journal. Make sure you know if you need a notary journal. Make sure you know how to securely um, keep that notary journal and what your responsibilities are. All right. Mr. Rogers giving you all the tea on this test. All right. Number 10, expiration of commission. What that means is how long is your commission? Basically, what that means is once you become a notary, how long does that last? It lasts 4 years. The same as this. I think I did Georgia yesterday. The same as Georgia was 4 years. Same as California is 4 years. Put your expiration date in your phone. That's a clue because if it expires, guess what you have to do? Start all over, and you have to take the test over. You have to do everything over. All right. Now that was number 10. Who's still with me? Who's still with me? If you're still with me, I know you're serious. Put in the comments what city you're from in Illinois. I've only been to two cities in Illinois. I've been to Chicago and I've been to Champaign, Illinois. Okay? I'm a California guy. I've only been to two cities out there. Remember to get that notary handbook too. Number 11, notary fee limits. You got to know your fees out there. Every state has different fees that are mandatory, that if you go past that fee, you are in violation. In your area, acknowledgments are $1. This is according to my research. You better know your fees for when you're seeing this video. It might have changed. Acknowledgments, $1. Jurat and oaths, $1. Verifications, $1. Witnessing a signature, $1. Travel fees. Now, you're getting only $1 per signature. That's not that much. But if you're traveling places, travel fees are allowed. But what? They must be agreed to in advance. Just remember that for the test. Yes, travel fees are allowed, but they must be agreed to beforehand. For instance, if you're driving from one town to the other, make sure you tell them, hey, I'm going to charge you an extra $20, $30, $40, $50 in travel fees. And that's it. Number 12, conflict of interest. We always avoid a conflict of interest, right? You cannot notarize for yourself or in situations where you may benefit from the document. Conflict of interest is when you notarize for yourself or a situation you benefit from the document. Number 13, this is important, very important, improper advertising. I remember this in my California Notary Handbook and seeing being tested on this, okay? You cannot call yourself a notaria publico. You cannot call yourself a notaria publico. They may ask you that in a multiple choice question or anything that sounds like a lawyer. The reason is some countries, notario, not notary, but notario is basically a high level attorney. So that would be fraud. And using that word in the US is illegal unless you are a what? Attorney. And you cannot give any legal advice. So don't get caught up in that. Don't get sued. Don't lose your commission. Number 14, signature stamp device basically is your stamp. Okay? It's your stamp. It must stay on your person at all times. You are responsible for that stamp. Okay? If someone else uses your stamp, you're responsible. All right. Remote notary requirements. What if you want to do a RON out there? Some states don't allow a RON, but yours does. If you want to do a RON, you must confirm the identity using approved methods, whatever those are. You must use approved audio and video platforms. You must keep a recording of everything. You must keep a log of everything as required by law. So make sure you know that. Here's a biggie. The stamp, number 16, the stamp. What goes on your stamp? They'll try to trick you with this question. Your stamp must include, this is part, your name, okay. Notary Public, that's what your business is, right? Your state, which is state of Illinois. Your commission expiration date. I'll say it again. Your seal stamp has to have on there, when you get it created, make sure it has your name, Notary Public, state of Illinois, your commission expiration date. They'll try to slip in things like Does it need your social security number, your birthday? No, none of that stuff. Just the things I mentioned. Reasonable care and standard. You need to know what that means. What does that mean? Act like a true professional. Okay? Double check IDs, signatures, and document completeness. If things sound fishy, if things look off, if somebody is under duress when they're doing it, if they're with somebody, they're a senior citizen, you have to watch out for that. You have to use reasonable care and make sure you understand the situation, which leads to number 18, refusing a notarization. You must refuse if, in your state, if they don't have a valid ID. We mentioned what the options are. Your notary handbook will tell you if there are any other options towards identifying themselves. If the signer seems confused, if the signer is impaired, remember, this is times you refuse. If you suspect fraud, the document is incomplete, they aren't signing in front of you. If it's an act that requires them to sign in front of you, that's what they have to do. Otherwise, you refuse. All right. Prohibited acts for a notary. A notary must never what? Change a document, help someone fill in the blanks. A notary must never notarize your own signature, notarize a blank form. Okay, they're going to ask you questions on this. Give legal advice. A notary must never let someone else use your stamp. These are things we just talked about. All right, we're almost at 20. And remember, if you master this, play this video over and over again so it sinks in. To read that notary handbook, I'm also going to create a pop quiz for your state. So make sure you be on the lookout for that, or just go to my channel and see that the videos is probably sitting there by now. All right, number 20, Illinois' penalties for misconduct. Remember, if you charge more than is legally admissible, that's considered misconduct. If you do any of the things that we said you can't do, that's considered misconduct. So what are the penalties? In Illinois, they can suspend your commission. They can fine you. They can even bring criminal charges. Your journal and your bond are there to, keep you in line. But if you are guilty of misconduct, those are the things. I think I was asked that questions about that on my test too. Okay. Now, I just want you to know you can't learn everything from this one video. So make sure you're on the lookout for my pop-up quiz. Make sure you do what? Buy that Illinois Notary Handbook and study smart. And remember, I believe in you. Okay. I believe you can pass this test and make some money as a notary. I believe you can pass it on the first try. I believe you're going to help a lot of people, and I believe you're going to make a ton of money. All right. This is Mr. Rogers. I'll see you on the next video. Reaching forward. Peace.